some goals for your year. I hope that you managed to achieve one or two of them. And of course, if you didn't manage to achieve, remember, tomorrow you can still achieve them. And the year is not yet over. Who knows? God might surprise you in very many ways that you even have no idea about. My name is Nowamani, and it is a very, very beautiful day. We are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best. They do have some cuisines and continental dishes that you should go and try out with friends and family, but also accommodation with very beautiful beds, different sizes according to your liking, and also a health club including a spa, a gym, and sauna and steam bath, and lastly swimming. That is Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Now, of course, today it is a Friday, and we always discuss some issues pressing us, especially as a community that is manned or looked after by police that keeps law and order and also enforces so that the community remains sane. And we would like to convey our thanks to the Uganda Police Force for tremendously changing our society into a better one, and also standing in the gap and making sure that there is law and order. It is really, really a great pleasure, and we do not take them for granted. However, there are some few who cannot stop torturing. Yesterday, journalists were tortured by police when they were covering the entrance of Bobby Kyagulanyi from another country. He was landing in Uganda, and these police officers vandalized equipment, and of course this equipment belongs to the company, not to an individual. So every time you vandalize it, they are going to question the individual who does not have the capacity to replace that equipment. So I think there should be a better way to handle some of these issues. But before we get there, it was great having you for Good Morning Family, where we discussed a number of issues, and of course now we are here to discuss issues at hand. My guest in studio, SSP Ssempala Bashir, is going to be saying hi to us, then we continue with the show. You're welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers out there. And Carol,
yes,
for always inviting us here every Friday to share some security tips with the viewers and the public in general. I wish you a good viewing and listening as well.
Thank you. Let's start from this torture point. You see, in Know Your Rights today, where we get to look at the Constitution and the law, and what is it that Ugandans actually are supposed to do, and what are their different freedoms. There was the freedom from torture and inhumane treatment. It is in the Constitution that somebody should not be tortured and treated very badly. But we're seeing some officers continually doing this. When they arrest you, they want to slap you, they want to beat you up, they want to show that they have authority over you. And of course, sometimes the civilians get hurt, but there's nowhere to report. So it's a continuous happening. And I'm wondering, what is police doing to make sure that some of these officers who are not up to standard stop what they are doing?
Carol, I want to agree with you that torture is unconstitutional, and as law enforcement organ, we are supposed to protect the rights of the people. Yesterday, I saw on one of the televisions, Deputy Inspector General of Police was being asked about the same, about the journalists who were battered, who were tortured by the security forces. We condemn it in the highest terms possible. There are laws which are against torture, and Torture Act is there. And this time round, there is no liability on government per se. You can take me on as Ssempala, a police officer who has tortured you. You know, initially, there used to be vicarious liability. When I torture you, sue the Attorney General or the institution of police. But today, when you see me, I have tortured you, can take me on individually. Okay. So we do not condone as an institution torture. That's part of our practice. It should be individual. The Deputy Inspector General of Police stated yesterday that it's going to be investigated. And those who will be found culpable will be brought to the law. They will be charged according to the law of torture. Okay. Therefore, I want to say sorry for the journalists Journalists are always our partners in this. That's why I'm here, to always give feedback of our performance, get feedback from the public. It is the journalists that convey this message. So if you torture a partner in our job, then it becomes detestable, and it's not an institutional policy. It's individual behavior. As the police, we put up organs like Professional Standards Unit. Professional Standards Unit is supposed to enforce professional behaviors of the police officers, how we do our work. So if anybody misbehaves, then it means that that officer can be investigated by the Professional Standards Unit and is disciplined accordingly. That's why we have standby police courts, disciplinary courts, to handle errant officers. So those officers who are involved in this, they will be charged according to our laws, because it's not part of our practice. These were journalists covering an event, and I think they could have had identity. They had cameras, they had their jackets, they had their tags. So I don't see the reason why they could be tortured. So the matter is under investigation, and I think the next time I'll be here, feedback will be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So for civilians, what is the process for taking on police officers who torture them? What process should they go through to get justice?
You have two ways. You can take on a person via the civil. You can go direct to court and register a torture case against any officer. The good thing, we have our identity. We always move with our tags. You will know that this is Ssempala, is from CPS. Then you can come to police, Professional Standards Unit. You register a complaint against an officer who tortured you. Investigations are done. Once the evidence has been assembled, this officer will be taken to court, either disciplinary court or criminal court. Both of them are provided for, depending on the available evidence or that has been gathered against that person who could have tortured a civilian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let's get to another point. These are criminal gangs. Now, this week that is about to end, I think Monday or Tuesday, there was a girl that was found in Chiwunya, Nakulabi. Down there, there's a place where the place is very dark, and you're unable to see who's coming, who's going. Basically, and usually people say after 10 p.m. don't access that place. Even when you stay there, stay out, because they are criminal gangs and they're going to hurt you. So this particular girl was beaten and her bags taken. Her bag contained her national ID, and this made rounds on social media. And we are asking about these black spots. What is police doing to improve the security in these areas?
You've mentioned the one other point of darkness. The place is dark. You know, police, as you have already said, we cannot be everywhere. We have done our best to have foot patrol. We have created motorcycle squads. We have 99 vehicles patrolling all over. But you cannot cover everywhere at the same time. What happens now? The only issue, we are working with KCCA to make the places lit and the divisional authorities, because darkness is one of the hiding places. It harbors the criminals. But if you have lights put on, then criminals may not hide in that place. So we are working with the authorities. Then we are also encouraging the residents to put lights on their homes, so that you do not have where criminals hide. Even clear shrubs and bushes around our homes, walkways, so that we have visibility. We can see even from a distance that there is a wrong person who is hiding in such a place. However, we have encouraged citizens of Wananchi to always have contacts of police and even bring intelligence. For example, you have said that that place is a known place to be a crime-prone area,
Yeah.
they need to share that intelligence with the area or the territorial police, so that when they are planning, they know that this place is a black spot, and they always put patrol teams on that area. So the people who said Chiwunya, Namungona area,
Chiwunya Nakulabi.
they need to work with that is the DPC or the Kampala, who polices that area. They inform him about that area so that he can cover that area very well. However, let us take care of ourselves. We should know moving moving alone at night is discouraged, more especially at awkward hours. At least be 2 or 3, so that one criminal may not face you, because you also defend yourself. So let us try to be security conscious when we are moving. You find someone in a dark place, is holding a smartphone, is communicating, is alone. So you cannot guarantee your security of your phone and everything. There is what we call target hardening. Target hardening is making it impossible for the criminal to commit a crime. For example, locking your house. When you enter the house, make sure that all your locks have been fully locked. Do not pick calls in dark places. You are in the jam. Do not put your glasses down. Let them be up and locks are on, so that criminals do not have easy access to your assets. But some people, they are in the jam and they put their glasses down, picks his phone. A criminal comes and picks the phone. So we need to have some of these security tips. I do not move at awkward time alone. We must move in a group if we are to move. Then we cannot pick phones in darkness, in dark places, or in crowded areas. You find someone is in a music show and is picking his phone, and there is noise moreover. You cannot even hear. But he picks his phone and puts it here, and the criminal comes from behind there and picks the phone. So we need also to do a lot of sensitization, like I'm doing now, for people to take precautions, security precautions. While police is doing the patrol part, you cannot patrol in every part of the place at the same time. As you patrol like this, move this side, criminals may come where you just left. So we need to take also precautions as individuals. Lock your homes, light your homes, lock your cars when you are in a jam, put your glasses up, so that you make it hard for the criminals to easily commit crime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Next, I will ask about still on criminal gangs. There are these people who steal mobile money, and like mobile money shops, or maybe big shops out there. And these people are usually armed. In Uganda, it is not allowed to go to a shop and purchase a gun like it is in maybe the States or other countries. How do these people gain access to guns?
We have 2 types of guns. Guns in official security institutions of government, the police, UPDF, prisons, private security firms. Then we have private guns, licensed. Like you, Carol, you can apply for a gun.
Okay.
You pay. So there is a process you follow. You show the need. You show why you need a gun. You apply. You fill application forms which you buy from police headquarters.
Okay.
You go through the LOC, LOC 2, 3, up to the district level. A security committee sits and assesses. However, we find out that some of these guns they use in crime are not those type of guns that are known, because we have statistics for all guns, and we have fingerprinted them. This gun A belongs to Ssempala. This one belongs to Odong. This one belongs to so and so. So we can track it. But there are those guns, you've heard of incidents of guns being stolen even from security officers. Criminals come, beat up a private security person, take his gun. Criminals waylay a police officer from patrol, is alone, a gun is taken. Those are some of the guns that have been used in crime. However, we are still insisting. Some of these guns have been recovered through our operations and intelligence. We are insisting we need to take precautions as citizens. We need to do target hardening. If you are operating mobile money business, why should you work past midnight? If you are working past midnight, you must work like a bank. You are in burglars. Your shop is well protected. 2, you can hire the services of police to guard that place. You can hire the services of private security firms to guard that place because they are there. But you don't have any security precaution. You close at 10. You move with your bag of money you have collected that day. At night, these guys trail you and take the money. So we should have security precautions. Have a strong room, a safe, that if I leave my money in the shop, it is highly protected. I have a strong room, a safe, where I lock this money in that place, other than leaving it in these simple drawers, wooden ones, and it's not guarded. Someone just comes and picks the money from a wooden box and takes the money away. So we need those security precautions on our side as citizens to protect our business. Have cameras that in case crime is committed, then police can find it easy to investigate by reviewing the cameras. And these cameras should be backed up. Sometimes these guys come after committing those crimes, they even go with the server where the pictures and the videos are kept. There should be some backup.
Okay.
These days there is a backup. Even if you talk to the server, they can be retrieved.
Okay. All right. And how far are we with terror threats as a country? We remember that there were alerts around Kampala that there were bombs planted that were about to explode and, of course, maybe cause harm and damage to the people of Kampala Metropolitan. And my question would be, how far are we with terror threats? Are we now comfortable? Is it, has security gone back to normal where we know these crowds can gather and nothing of the sort can happen? Or what has police got to say about the terror threats currently?
Yeah, the terror threat, I can say, is there. Terrorism has become part and parcel of our society as a crime. We should not relax, though there is no threat, current, imminent threat. But people should not relax. All the measures we put in place must continue. Access control, like the way he came in here. Let someone deposit his ID there. Let him be searched, physically and by the machine. You know, the machine is not enough. You have to check the person physically and feel that he has no weapon on his body. He has no dangerous weapon on his body. Crowds must be regulated. Work with the security agencies. For example, if you're organizing any event, music shows, even prayers, we have had those prayers. We need to work with security. We have counterterrorism police to do the checking, to do the venue protection with various layers where there are so many people, so that people are safe in there. But when you say there is no terrorism threat now, so people are free to just enter without any precaution, then you give them a chance. So we have heightened our intelligence network. We are profiling all people who come in the country. We have tried to check on our borders. We've even internally, we have a network of security agencies, intelligence agencies. Currently, I want to say that some of these collaborators and planners of terrorism were picked. They are being interrogated. The others have been produced in court. They are on remand. So we are working around the clock to see that Kampala remains safe.
Okay.
But I'm not saying let people now relax. It is safe. No. Let us continue with our vigilance, see that we secure ourselves.
Okay, and on crowds gathering, when we saw police yesterday, it was trying to disperse crowds that were welcoming or that wanted to have a look at their opposition leader, probably say hi to him and all that. Of course, that causes a little bit of confusion, but are crowds allowed now? What should people keep in mind as they gather?
Crowds are allowed. Constitutionally, you can demonstrate, you can move in a group, but there should be some regulation. How do you move? He moved out of the country and he was supposed to come back. And a clique on social media started mobilizing people. We are going to welcome Honorable Bobi Wine back. When he was in Magere addressing the press, he said it was not him who organized them. That was a social media group that he started mobilizing. There are always procedures. Police there is mandated to keep law and order.
Yeah.
It's mandated to regulate sanity within society. You cannot begin. Entebbe Highway is a high-profile road. We have only one international airport. Guests are coming in and out. Diplomats, His Excellency, the State House in Entebbe, and so many other diplomats use that road. So we could not allow people to crowd that road, to stop business. Because people are flying out, others are coming in, and there was no kind of prior arrangement between the organizers of the welcome procession and the police. If they had organized with us, maybe we could have planned it better.
Okay.
How many numbers we can regulate, but now how do you regulate numbers which are mobilized through social media? So as police, we had to come in and try to stop this kind of unlawful assembly or demonstration. And indeed, we welcomed the Honorable Bobi Wine, picked him and drove him to his home, where he could easily host his people. And people went there to see him on arrival. So that was what was done, and Kampala was normal. It was like a weekend. Some people were scared. They did not come to work.
Oh.
So when people do not come to work, the economy is affected. That kind of fear. These days, people fear demonstrations. So if you are to plan any demonstration, there is a law, public order, management, and a procedure. Write to police, say I'm intending to do this. Then we plan together. You, your team, and the police, how we shall secure you, how you move, without interfering. Because people tend to talk about rights. But these rights have limitations. Your rights should not encroach on my right.
That's true.
Because if you have a right of movement, for example, or demonstration, but it may impede the right of another who is on his free movement to some other business, who is not part of you. So we must look at your rights in relation to other people's rights, so that your rights do not encroach on rights of others. That's what is very important. But people talk about rights in isolation, about themselves, selfishness. Our rights should be in line with the rights of others.
So, you are saying that anybody that wants to hold any kind of even concert, even if it's NRM, by the way,
yes,
if they want to hold a kind of gathering, the procedure is first talk to police and liaise with them.
Exactly. Write to police. Don't even talk to police. Put it in writing. We are going to have even these music shows you see.
Yeah.
They are always cleared by police. Even crusades, those pastors write. So what's wrong with the political organization writing that I'm intending to do this? You are cleared and given security to do your activity. So when you are intending to do any activity that involves people gathering, put it in writing police, Police writes back to you, clearing you, and writes to the territorial police, secure this event, sit with the organizers, plan how to best handle their event. As simple as that.
Okay.
And to be cleared.
Thank you. And there is an UMA trade show going on. And of course, in this trade show, we are going to also see crowds gathering. Why these crowds are prone to crime, but also there is some sort of organization, of course, expected. Why? Because some of these involve children, school children, who are brought to learn about these things. But the school children, because of course they are adolescents, they are rowdy. They change into civilian attire, they remove their uniforms. You can't even identify that that's a student.
Yes.
So to tell us about these trade shows and how exactly we should handle.
The trade show started on 3rd and it's going to end on 10th. And it is an international trade show. We have international exhibitors from all over the world and our local manufacturers, business community. However, what is important on the side of police is that it attracts mammoth crowds. And where there are crowds, all these we've been talking about are expected. Terrorism, terrorists can take advantage.
Yeah.
And they come and strike them. Because in each day, Ergo can host more than 500 people. In each day. People keep in come and go, keep in coming and go. And amongst them, we have school children who come to learn about a few issues. And we are urging schools to observe that if you brought a group of students or school children, observe brief them, observe their conduct. It is true, some of them change from uniform and put on civilian attire and go to other places. So we are urging these school children that when you are in the UMA trade show, move in a group. Don't move alone. Others even go missing because the numbers are many, the place is wide. He goes in a certain direction, he fails to trace where he came from. So before the children move to the trade show, they need to be briefed. They need to have a focal point where they meet, that this is our reunion point. If you move like this, we shall use this time from 10 up to 1, then we shall come back to our point of origin, where we started from. Then children should not move alone. A lot of things are already there, like booze. There are people selling booze, those intoxicating drinks. Children should not take such things.
Yeah.
Because some of them may go there and drink, then they end up being a nuisance, they end up committing crimes, and parents do not send these children to school to come and do such things. Then the school will be liable if their children begin misbehaving. We shall not only apprehend the child, we shall also hold the school liable which brought those children and they misbehaved.
Okay.
So there should be clear briefing of these children about the do's and don'ts while they are in the show. Then the other issue is there are some people playing music. You may find girls and boys on stages dancing for competition.
Students?
Yes. So we have warned. We have a team of community liaison officers who are moving around doing some sensitization to the show goers, to the events organizers, not to allow certain things to happen, like allowing students to be on stages, dancing, on uniform. Parents, we are all parents, may not be impressed by this. So the students must take precaution when they are in the show. Also, crimes like shoplifting are happening there. Someone comes as if he's admiring the item, he puts it in the pocket and runs out with it. Pickpocketing, bag snatching, stealing phones, they're all there. So when you are there, you must be very careful because numbers are many. You need to go and visit the show today. numbers are what? Many. So someone may go and is viewing one item, puts his phone down.
Oh.
Unconsciously, as if you were here, like I put my phone here. He puts his phone down and begins looking, scrutinizing an item he's appreciating. Then this phone disappears. So we need to take precautions. Put your phone, let it be on your body. Don't put it down. And don't pick it where you are not secure. Even if it rings, wait until you are secure enough, then you can pick it. But this thing of saying, let me put it here, then I'm checking for a product I'm admiring, put it in your bag, put it in your pocket, where someone cannot easily snatch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these students, they are also Ugandans. Won't they say that you're infringing their rights? Because now the talk is about rights. My rights, this, my right, I have freedom to do this. Won't the students say they have freedom to do that?
Just like I said, rights have a limitation. If you're a student, there are things you are supposed to do, and there are things you are not supposed to do. That's why schools have what they call school rules and regulations.
Yes.
And they are binding. If you breach them, there are penalties. Recently, I was reading in the media, entire school, senior six students were suspended. Senior six, these are candidates who are supposed to sit for their final exams, meaning that they breached some of the rules. I think they demonstrated, or there was a strike, ABCD. So we need to know that while we have rights, our rights have a limit.
Okay.
If you go beyond that limit, then the law catches up with you. We should differentiate between the rights are not open-ended. Apart from a few rights, the ones they call non-derogable rights. The rest are like taking someone's life, that is a non-derogable. You're not supposed to kill any other person. Even torture, freedom from torture and inhuman treatment is non-derogable.
Yeah.
That's why if you go and violate someone's right, if you go and kill, you'll be charged for murder. If you go and torture, you'll be charged under the torture law.
Yeah.
So we need to know that all rights have limits. And these children, we are doing all this for their own safety, because we need them when they are safe. We have heard of teenage pregnancies. Where are they resulting from? From this kind of laxity that rights. You have heard of defilements being high. These are school-going children, 14 years, 13, 14, below 18. But even if you are above 18, because they are there who are above 18, university students and others, still you have limitations. You have rules that govern the environment you operate in. So we need to be very conscious about rights, and we live within the limits of the law.
Thank you. We're still with SSP Bashir Ssempala, and we are going on over some of the security rights and regulations. What exactly, and some of the security tips actually, what exactly are we supposed to do, and when are we supposed to do it? Because you must do things at their right time, in the right place, and among the right people. My name is Kari. We're taking a short break. We are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott. We'll be back shortly. Don't go away.
Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
When people die, they are good. A dead body is always good. He has done us good. We cannot replace him. There's no one who is repressible. There's no one. But what can help you? It is to leave a good legacy, that people will remember you.
Sometimes I share with my students a small story of an animal which normally is regarded to be the wisest, the hare. Once in a meeting of animals chaired by the lion, which was the king of the animals, he said that all those who are in the meeting and are not married should go out This is for the marrieds. And then he here put up a hand. I have a question, Mr. Chairman. Yes. What is it? He said, what about some of us who sleep like married people? Should we also go?
And may I say to those of you who are not yet married, determine what kind of family you want to raise. Because the family that you raise, the children that you get, you will either sink them or you will raise them up to be good citizens and good people in the church.
If you read Proverbs 16:1, they tell you that the plans of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord.
Because we all need love. As long as we are humans, we need love. Now he says yes, but I'm praying that you will experience the greater love.
Ring Diaries. Are you married or intending to get married? Do you know the reason as to why you are married to that person or the person you intend to marry?
Ladies have gone to marriage because the man has money, but they are slaves.
You need to prepare yourself. That's why we have for better or for worse. So that when the worst comes, you remind yourself that, by the way, this was my commitment.
Finance.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
Welcome back to Issues at Hand. We are still discussing security and safety precautions amongst our community and how exactly we can put them into action and implement them to make sure that we are better at security in our society, and also we protect our lives from any danger and harm that could get to us. Let me put it like that. My name is Carol. We are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. I'm still with my guest in studio, SSP Bashir Ssempala. I would like to start with a question I thought about, just my personal question. Yes. Does police still have sentencing to death? Because there are some crimes that used to happen. For example, murder. I was reading Senga's wife that murdered the husband by knocking her dead. And I was thinking, are there still sentences to death? And what would you have done for you to achieve those?
Police doesn't sentence. It is the courts.
Oh, yeah.
And the laws of the land. And in the constitution, the sentence is there and in the laws. But there was a case of Susan Chigula, which outlawed the sentence.
Okay.
The sentence of recent, I've not had any. Even internationally, the sentence is outlawed, is unconstitutional.
Okay.
It was declared unconstitutional. That's why when they give you the sentence, it's reduced to 20-something years.
Okay.
Because killing was seen as inhuman also. If you killed and you also killed, that is that law of tit for tat was outlawed internationally and locally.
Okay.
Therefore, someone can be given even 40 years of sentence. But not death.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now let's talk a bit about independence. Now Uganda got its independence in 1962 after being colonized by the British. And my question would be, since then, of course, police has come through, it has grown through ranks and through different times and seasons. And would you say that now police is at a place where it can say it is independent as a body of government?
Yeah, police has moved a long journey, right from colonial time, from independence. And currently, of course, the forces of that time, colonial time, were forces to enforce the directive of the colonial masters.
Yeah.
And police was one of them, to instill discipline, to instill fear, to see that the colonial masters achieve their objectives. Today, we are talking of a pro-people police, police avant, to protect the rights of the people, to promote them, not only protect them, promote them as well. So today we have a police force that is for the people. That's why we have open forums to engage with the people, get community-oriented results, get community, what we call problem-centered solving with the community partnership. Police works with the community to see that they sort out their problem. The department where I belong, the Directorate of CPC, community policing, it makes sure that it bridges that gap. Police used to be wide. There used to be a wide gap between the community and the police. Today, we have the police closer to the people. We stay within the people. We don't stay in the barracks. We stay within you. Someone who says, Afande, I have a problem, he runs to your home, your neighbor. So that's what we want. We come from the people and we are there to serve the people. To see that those days people would fear. Even today there are some people who still say, I fear to go to police. When you go to police, they'll ask me questions, they do what? They put me in cells. But we are saying, no, police is for you. Call us, we give our numbers out when we are on such shows, and we say, come and report. We had a model we had established in Muyenga, where even the counter would be manned by people like you. Civilians would call upon them, come and see what police does. And you come and sit there. We say, this is a station diary book, we call it an SD. This is how we enter a case. This is how it proceeds for investigation. From here, you get this information. Someone has reported Ssempala, a resident of this area, telephone number, this, by a tribe, Uganda, and whatever, reports a case of theft which occurred in this area at this time. A file is extracted. A civilian mans the counter, so that we bring them nearer. Police is not there to harass, to intimidate, to scare. No, we are there to protect and promote the rights of the people. And the file goes. Next week, come and visit us at CPS. You also see that the counter. You see what police does. You have that phobia, it goes out. That police is there for people, to serve you, not there to harass you, like the torture you've been talking about. No. Of course, even in homes, at times you raise your voice in order to put discipline in your child. The same way police does work. In peace times, we're okay. When the situation gets the other side, we also tighten a bit to counter your behavior if you are trying to move towards breaking the law. But that raising the force must be within the limits of the law still, not outside. That a person will shoot you, will beat you. No, we shall not beat you. But I will say, you are under arrest and I'm taking you to CPS. And I will take you and charge you accordingly for the offense you have committed without even beating you. Get your statement in a calm environment. Ask you what happened and you answer the police office. You don't need to get a stick and begin torturing you. Tell us what happened. No. We have to be professional because we are a professional police force. And our mission and vision is secure the Ugandans, see that we have a crime-free society. So that is the mandate of the police. However, people should come near police. Police is not a torture kind of institution. No, it is a people, institution.
Okay, and of course, since we are celebrating independence soon, I would ask, do you think that the country's security towards independence, and as we celebrate 61 years, the country's security is better and going with the growth and development of other sectors?
Yeah. I want to say that at least I've lived in this government since '86. I was a young person. I was born before the government came in power. Okay. So this is the government I have seen properly. And for the last, since '86, I'll not talk about independence, we have had stability in the country, security-wise.
Okay.
And our mandate moves within the line of Vision 2040. Vision 2040 is hinged on security, stability. Because you cannot have stability, you cannot have development without
stability and security.
That's why in the mission of the police, it ends with, in order to promote development. Whatever we are doing is anchored towards promoting development. We secure your business, we secure your work, we secure you to go and do your work. The environment must be conducive. We have a country like Somalia. You can no longer do business in Somalia because of instability. You are not sure of tomorrow. Your goods cannot leave one destination to another without being attacked, both on land and water. So, security is very important for stability and for development to take place. If you don't have security, then development is hindered because people cannot work freely. Even money, you cannot keep it. I'm told by our father during those past governments, when you would harvest and sell, the money you'd go and dig and put it in Kavera and hide it somewhere. Because the next day, even the security officers themselves were part of the criminal gangs. They will come and knock you and all your money is taken away. But today it's not the case. Instead, we shall escort you to go and keep your money safely. If you have a lot of money, I say, I'm transporting 200 million from here to Mbarara, I need protection. Police will deploy people to escort you. That is our mandate.
Okay.
So security and development, they are interrelated. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. And one last question before you give us an independence message. What does it take to get a new police post somewhere?
What does it take to get a police? You need one.
There are areas where we go and the people are discussing and say, if there was a police post there, things would be better.
Yeah, incidentally, because of human resource constraints, even some police posts were closed.
Oh.
And there's a cry to restore those police posts. Wherever the police post was closed, crime has increased. Because of that closure. However, we have officers who are undergoing training in Masindi. I think when they are done with the training, some of those police posts shall begin by restoring them.
Okay.
Before we open up new ones. But what do we consider? Numbers. The place is highly populated, crime is coming up, and most of the police posts are given by community. Say, me have donated this 50 by 50 land, we put there police post, we need security here. Me have even given my house, you bring police officers and put them there. That is how closely we have worked with the communities. So when numbers are high, then we look at crime statistics of that area. We do what we call crime analysis. Say, we want a police post in Sansa, for example. Sansa is one of the places in Chira. We shall send our crime intelligence people to do assessment, threat assessment, crime analysis, the population, after they have established, and even the size of the area. How many kilometers from one police post to another. When we establish that there are a big number of population, the distance from the next police post is so wide, then we can say this place deserves a police post, and we put it there.
Okay, in the next minute, as we close up, you can give us an independence message from the Uganda Police Force.
Yeah, I want to congratulate Ugandans as we approach the independence for liberating ourselves first and foremost from colonialists, and to say that independence is for all of us. There is nobody, either political shades, or either tribal, either religious. It is for all Ugandans. We were liberated. We got our independence on 9th October, and we want to celebrate with you in a secure country. The first IGP was a white man. Today we are Ugandans. We are Africans, because we shouldn't look ourselves as Ugandans alone, but we are also Africans. You know, most of the African countries, I think apart from 2 countries which are not colonized, the rest of us, we are colonized by the whites. So we need to celebrate this independence and know that security is a mandate of everybody. For us, we are just a few who are in the forces, but everybody is part of us. By sharing information with us, by working with us, so that we can continue with the stability of our country. So we should love our country. I thank you for hosting me and your counterpart for the job you are doing for Uganda Police Force. We do not take it for granted. We really appreciate the time you always give us. We would be paying for this time, but this is given for free. So we commit ourselves that we shall always be available on call when you need us to share something with the public.
Thank you so much, SSP Bashir Ssempala, for a very beautiful conversation. And I hope that from this discussion you have gained a thing or two, and you are going to be better at securing yourself and making sure that you are in control of the security around you. In case there are any threats, you can always report to the police post. They are always ready to help out. And